Hello everybody, my name is Carson Lee, and today we're going to be talking about keeping up your motivation before it lags. This is super important for NaNoWriMo because you are going to be writing a good amount of words every single day for 30 days, hopefully, unless you're like me and you constantly miss days because life happens. I'm a student, November is busy. If you work, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you have other responsibilities, writing every day is not always realistic, but that's what we're trying to do. That's the goal. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today for how to keep your motivation up so that every day you can be as prepared as you can be and as excited as you can be to get to your novel and to hit those words. My first tip is a little backwards, considering I just told you that it's unrealistic to do something every day, but I'm going to tell you to make time for motivation every day. This can take less than 5 minutes. I generally want to spend, a little bit longer because this is the category of things where you're gonna put authors' social media, YouTube videos, Writing Excuses podcast. I really recommend, if you haven't checked out Writing Excuses, if you don't follow them, they release a new podcast every Monday, but I believe they're on their 15th or their 14th season, so there's a huge backlog of other videos or of other podcasts that you can listen to from them. They're great. They're 15 minutes long. It's something that you can pop into your earbuds when you're getting ready in the morning, and they're just going to talk about writing things. And I know that each year they do something different. So this year I believe is world building, but last year was characters. So you can always search the titles of the podcast and find something that interests you or you think is relevant to your story to listen to for that day. I know for me, I remember Sarah J. Maas, following her on Instagram and seeing Kingdom of Ash, the last book in the Throne of Glass series, as like a big stack of papers. I know she posted a picture of it and being so inspired by that. Like, seeing her book was just crazy for me, and I want that for myself. So seeing social media posts, YouTube videos, just like me, there are so many other author tubers making videos about NaNoWriMo or about writing. Throw one on, see them work on their project, see them get further in their project, figure out problems with their stories. It's going to motivate you, I guarantee it. And also, if you don't want to watch something or listen to something, you can always read a chapter of a book that has something to do with writing. So I'm talking about The Wonder Book, Save the Cat, The Anatomy of Story, Save the Cat Writes a Novel. There are so many out there. Stephen King's on writing. Pick up one of those from your library and read a chapter a day, or read a few pages a day. Set a timer for 5 minutes and read how much you can in 5 minutes. Just try to be constantly refilling your well of motivation so that it's not going to lag when you had a really hard day at work, or you had a really long day at school, maybe you had an exam, maybe your kid is teething. You kind of want to make sure you're keeping up with that so that when those hard days do come, you're still excited, even though you shouldn't be because you're tired. I get it. I'm tired literally all the time. My second tip, and something that I'm going to do this time, this nano, I'm very excited about it, is I'm going to be writing on a sticky note, because if you've watched my recent videos, for some reason I've just been going on and on about sticky notes, which, I mean, it's legit. I do love sticky notes. I use them for everything and I have them in a variety of sizes, but I will probably be using sticky notes or index cards, and every day I will be picking a sentence out of something that I wrote and writing that on the post-it or the index card and putting it on my wall. It's kind of a twofold motivation. One, you get to see your writing up on your wall every day, and 2, you get to go through your stuff and pick out a line that you're really proud of, because it's hard in NaNoWriMo when you're just trying to get your words done to feel like they're good. And I always struggle with that, feeling like I'm actually writing something that's useful and not just garbage. So going through, picking out a sentence that you're proud of, writing it on your wall and saying, like, if nothing else, I have gotten these 30 sentences out of NaNoWriMo, and I mean, that's pretty good. 30 sentences I think is pretty good, especially because I write long sentences. And also, if you only write 3 sentences, then you have to pick out of those 3. So it could be motivation to write more because maybe those 3 sentences suck and you need to write another paragraph to get something cool to put on your wall. My tip number 3 is to write yourself some short notes before NaNoWriMo starts that you can look at when your motivation really takes a turn for the worst. I know that Kate Kavanaugh did this last Camp Nano this summer, and she wrote letters for herself the halfway point and then closer to the end. I'm suggesting that you write notes for yourself based on what you would need them for. So write a note of really heartfelt encouragement when you're just feeling down in the dumps and you need that. Write a note for yourself when you need somebody to kick you in the butt, to really get your booty moving. Write some words, take no prisoners. Write yourself a note that says like your all-time greatest fail, and then anything is better than that. Tip number 4 is to look at what else you're doing. And by that, I mean 2 specific things. Check in your settings how much you're on your phone, and check how much you have watched YouTube. I'm just gonna say it, I did it this summer, and wow, I watch way more YouTube than I ever meant to watch. And it's kind of terrifying because you're gonna look at that number. Maybe yours isn't as high as mine. Mine was high. I'm not gonna say any statistics, but it was high. You're gonna look at your number and you're gonna say, wow, do you know how many words you could have written in that time? Do you know how many words you could have written in that time? I don't know because I don't know what your time is, but I'm guessing a lot. I'm guessing more words than you actually did write because that's the time you spent on social media, on YouTube, scrolling through your phone. I know I check my email 40 times a day, multiple times, like within the same minute, really. Half of my time on my phone is just checking to see if I got another email from a professor. Most of the time I didn't, but you're wasting time. You could be doing so much more with that time. So when you're feeling really down in the dumps, go look at how much YouTube you watched today. That number will shame you into writing. If you're anything like me, you will feel the pressure to continue your word count because you don't want to tell your family that you watched 400 minutes of YouTube in a day. And then my final tip, tip number 5, is to go somewhere where people are crushing it, okay? And for me, for a college student, and I know it's not the funnest place to be, but I'm gonna ask you to go to the library, and I'm gonna ask you to go to the quiet section of the library. Yeah, that section where not a lot of people are, where everybody's sitting at that table silently doing their work. That's where you gotta go. Because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna kick your feet a little bit, and you're gonna spin in your chair, and you're gonna dig through your backpack. Maybe you take all your stuff out and you put it out around you, and you're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to write. But then you're gonna look at the person next to you who's like furiously taking notes for their science class, because it might be me because I suck at science. And you're gonna think, if they can do it, I can do it. And also, public shaming. I hate leaving after like 15 minutes. So I force myself to stay there for at least a half hour because I don't want to like walk up to the quiet area, sit down, take all of my stuff out, play on my phone for a little bit, pack all my stuff up, and then leave, because people know that you didn't do anything. And I want to at least have the facade of somebody who is productive. Those are 5 tips on how to keep your motivation up, or what to do if your motivation is lacking, and I hope some of these were helpful for you. I'm going to be trying to really reference this list myself and keep my motivation up throughout NaNoWriMo because ambitious. I'm being ambitious, especially with the workload, the school load that I have this semester. Writing 50,000 words is not going to be easy for me. And also, I haven't written 50,000 words in a month in years. But I'm determined This nano is going to be the nano. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna crush it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get done. Why do I think I could do this when I couldn't do it in the summer when I wasn't doing anything? I don't know. I really don't know. Like I've said before, I have this amazing ability to be unendingly optimistic about things that I know I'm going to fail. And so I'm excited. We're gonna go, we're gonna do it, I'm gonna vlog it, and I hope to see you there. And you will probably see me in my vlogs doing some of these motivation tips to keep myself going, because 30 days is a long time. Let me know what you guys do to keep your motivation up in the comments down below. If you have something new that I should try, because I'm always looking to make myself want to write, because it is difficult after a long day of classes, let me tell you. If you like what you saw and you want to see more writing, nano, preptober videos, please subscribe down below. I am loving making these for you guys, and I feel like I've come kind of full circle with my channel, because last year I ended up taking a long break kind of around this time, and it feels like a victory to be here and to be in a better headspace and to be ready to write with you guys. So I'm really excited. Please subscribe and stay on this journey with me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.